Let's just wait for people to arrive because I've only just come on. I forgot how Fridays perform. Are they quiet? Are Fridays quiet? Because most people are at the pub, right? Drinking away their misery. Oh, the misery, woo! Let me know if you guys have questions about the prompt before we go into the subject. Hopefully a lot of people join from my latest video where I've explained why your nervous system is trying to keep you poor. So they'll have like a basic definition, a little warm-up of what I discuss, of what the prompt is about. We're diving into subconscious money blocks that started from your childhood, okay? So we always go back to childhood, okay? The reason why we go back to childhood is because that's where it all starts. Your programming, your conditioning, it all starts from childhood. This is why we need to go back to childhood and try and recall the messages you heard around money growing up. Okay, so what kind of messages did you hear around money growing up? You can do this simple activity with me. Try to fill in the blank of when I was young, money was fill in the blank. And that will tell me a lot about your money patterns, like your subconscious money blocks. Revisit those memories, even if you can't recall them. You'll notice you have certain patterns that you loop around money, right? So if you want to know, does this work apply to you? Do you have subconscious money blocks or money wounds? You can take a look at your life. You can look at your life and see what kind of patterns are you looping on a daily. Especially around money, because a lot of the patterns that you're looping around money, right, they are subconscious. You don't consciously think about them, you just loop them. And this is why you'll notice that a lot of your behaviors aren't really conducive for your financial goals. And even though you have an intention to improve your finances, your behavior doesn't really follow your intention. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how you have this contradictory behavior? So your intention is, I would like to improve my finances. Oh, yes, I'd like to improve my finances. That's your intention. But look at your behavior. Is your behavior conducive for your financial goals? If not, that's a symptom of money blocks, okay? That's a symptom of nervous system patterns that are not on board with your intention, with your conscious desires. So let's go back to how the nervous system gets shaped by your past experiences, okay? And my behavior on payday is wild. This is a very good symptom of what what I'm talking about, right? When money hits your account and you don't feel good, you feel like, oh my God, I need to go and spend this. Oh my God, I feel anxious. It's going to leave me. I better go and spend this. This is not conscious. This is subconscious, okay? Because money doesn't really excite people. People think money is exciting, but look at the way they behave with money. Money is painful for most people. If you really look at your behavior around money, you will notice that it's full of anxiety, fear, lack, scarcity, shame, guilt. Those are the emotions that are dominating your mind when it comes to money, right? If you have a spending issue, right? You have a spending issue, you blow money like there's no tomorrow, but you know that you need to hold on to money. This is a nervous system that's saying money isn't safe. We're not safe to keep money. We need to blow the money. As soon as it comes in, we need to blow the money. And people think, oh yeah, no, money's going to fix all of my issues. I just need more money to fix all of my issues. If that were true, then how is it that you can't even manage the little money you have now? Right? Yeah. So all the shmoney that you want, you desire big shmoney, but look at the way you're managing your shmoney now. Look at your behavior with the amount of shmoney you have today. Because if you can't handle the little amount that you have today, whatever amount you have today, or whatever amount you're manifesting, then you're going to sabotage bigger amounts when you reach bigger amounts, right? So often when we are trying to improve our finances, we think that chasing money is the solution. Yeah, we need to go and make much money. Yay, let's go make much money. But if that were the solution, then all the lottery winners that go broke within a year or so, they wouldn't be going broke, right? When they win 8 to 9 figures overnight, they don't know how to hold it. They don't know how to multiply it. They don't know how to do good things with this money, right? They go berserk. Why? This is a nervous system that's completely dysregulated around money. This is nervous system capacity. This is self-worth issues. These are money blocks, subconscious money blocks. So they are a very good example of what happens when you change the physical, but you don't change the metaphysical. So, often people think manifestation is all about just visualizing and detaching. Manifestation is actually from the metaphysical layer. So you have to first go inwards and find out what kind of assumptions, stories, and beliefs do I have about money before you call in more shmoney. Because the easiest part is manifesting the shmoney. The easiest part is making the money. The hardest part for people who have financial trauma is regulating the nervous system, is calming the nervous system. Regulating the nervous system, having nervous system capacity to hold money. This is why I never talk about how to make much money. Ooh, how to make much money, money. How to make much money. I never talk about how to make much money. I talk about how you feel in relation to money, because that's what's important. Because have you noticed that the way you feel in relation to money is not neutral? Money itself is neutral. Money is not anxious. You are. Money is a neutral tool, but look at the baggage you have around money. Your emotional baggage around money is so heavy. Why is it so heavy? Because money for you wasn't exciting. It wasn't neutral even. It was painful. This is why I say your childhood. Why your childhood? Because when you heard stuff like money is the root of all evil, rich people don't pay their taxes, and good people don't make it about money, and good girls don't ask for too much, and we can't afford that, and people like us don't get to be rich. Those messages didn't feel neutral to you. Your brain picked up on all of those, like your subconscious picked up on them. And remember, you didn't just hear them once. They weren't flippant remarks that you heard once or twice. You heard them over and over and over again. So this is how we get programmed. People get programmed by hearing the same things again on repeat, feeling the same emotions, seeing the same crap. And this is how your childhood programmed your money consciousness. Your subconscious picked up on that, and now it's running a program that's based in lack and scarcity and fear and shame and guilt. So that's how your subconscious works. Now, how does the nervous system come into all of this? Remember, your nervous system is your body's command center, and it gets shaped by past experiences. All past experiences shape your nervous system. So let's go back to childhood again. When you watched your parents fight over bills, or if they made money feel like it's full of tension, your body felt that. It felt that tension. And it made a decision about money. Like, money causes tension, money causes discomfort, money causes arguments. And now you have a body that feels unsafe around shmoney. So today, you're trying to improve your finances. You're trying to do all the outer work, like mindset work, read self-development books, budget harder, discipline, all this stuff. This is all outer work. You're trying to focus on all of that, and you're not really getting the results that you were hoping for, right? Why? Because you've been taking a very external and neck up approach, but you've completely neglected the subconscious beliefs you have around money and your nervous system. When those two are against your conscious desires, you're not going to reach your financial goals. Or you may find that you reach your financial goals, but invariably you sabotage your money. Okay, so some people I've attracted through my work, and they're telling me that they are very good at manifesting money. Like, they don't have a problem with making money. That's the easiest part for them. However, they are struggling to hold money. Every time they manifest the shmonies, they keep blowing, they keep sabotaging, they avoid it, they rack up a lot of debt. That suddenly they've made 100K in sales, and then they're in 100K debt, right? So this is not a matter of discipline or willpower. This is someone's nervous system going into survival mode around shmoney. Shmoney, shmoney, shmoney. Okay, so thank you for all the gifts. Let me now go over the questions. I just wanted to go into the definitions for you guys. I try to keep hold of my spare money in my paycheck, but I spend it in the first 20 days of the month. So there's more month and not enough shmoney, right? Too much, too much month at the end of the shmoney. Okay, so Sohan, we'll go into the beliefs that drive this behavior. Yeah. To spend compensation, I got 5 years, and now all I can think about is how I spent that money. Originally been because the most famous lottery winner. Bud Post was also a very famous lottery winner. He won 16 million in Philadelphia, and then he went to prison, and he said in an interview that I was happier when I was broke. Okay, so we didn't get any important questions. I keep focusing on buying luxury, even though I don't need everything. Fatima, yeah. So let's go into the money blocks that make you spend shmoney. Okay, so since you guys are showing symptoms that you spend a lot of shmoney, the two beliefs that drive spending behaviors are: I'm bad with money. Okay, this is the belief that I'm bad with money. I don't trust myself with money. I've always been bad with money. This is rooted in a lack of self-trust. The other one is money disappears. Money always disappears. I'm scared that money always disappears. Money always has a way of leaving me, and I don't trust money to stay. So these are the two beliefs that drive people to spend impulsively. You'll notice you might have one or you might have both, okay? Your nervous system has probably decided, yeah, why not both of them? And so that's a really bad combination, because when you believe that I'm bad with money, remember, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You're saying I'm bad with money. Your brain doesn't interpret that as it's a bad habit. It thinks this is instructions. Okay, so it takes this instruction and it's guiding your behavior to prove that you're bad with money. And now you're racking up a lot of debt. You're making impulsive decisions around shmoney. You're asking other people about their opinions when you're making financial decisions because you don't trust your own judgment. Those are symptoms of the money block, that I'm bad with money. And then the other one, money disappears. This one, you'll notice that whenever money hits your account, you feel so anxious and fearful that, oh my God, this is going to disappear. It's like you're already grieving its loss, its disappearance. So this is stemming from abandonment issues. I'll go into the details in due course, but just check in with yourself and see where you feel those two. Do you feel both of them or do you feel one? That's me now. Do you like to live in London? Yes, I live in Chelsea. I love Chelsea. I have both. Bills take most of my money though. Okay, so you have both. Right. Does anyone else have both? So affirmation could be in good with money. No, affirmations are band-aid approach. Then I'm gonna stand tall. Because I'm buying lottery. Okay. You have both. Okay, so there's loads of you are saying you feel both. Let me go into those two wounds so we can see how they are showing up in your life. Okay, so let's start with the belief that I'm bad with money. This is rooted in a lack of self-trust. How this started? Obviously, it started in your childhood. You most likely had an experience when you were young where you made a silly mistake. Maybe you lost $10, or you made a blunder mistake with money and you were overcorrected by your guardians, your parents, maybe. Obviously, they're a safe bet. And they might have really reprimanded you because you made this mistake, but the way they did it wasn't really kind. It was indelicate, and it made your little nervous system feel like, oh my God, I did something so wrong, I can't be trusted again. And so maybe you even got a skibbity bap. Maybe you got a skibbity bap for losing $10. $10. Go. Stupid kid, what you so irresponsible. Why did you lose it? Don't ever do that again. And maybe they kept reminding you that, oh my God, do you remember when you lost the $10, you stupid kid? And if they kept on reminding you about it, this left an imprint on your body, and now you're a grown adult, but you don't feel like you can rely on your judgment when it comes to money. You're just racking up a lot of debt, you're spending impulsively, you tend to always get people involved into your financial life, like financial decisions. So if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you tend to kind of outsource your financial responsibilities to them. You want their opinion, or you'll probably call your mother, like, what do you think about this? You don't trust yourself. You always need other people to help you with your financial decisions. Another thing that happens with this is you'll notice, I hope that hasn't happened to you yet, but the people who carry the belief that I'm bad with money, they tend to be a perfect and an energetic match for those people who are scamming, like scammy investors. Whatever investments you make, you tend to kind of attract the dodgy investments. And even if they weren't dodgy, you just have a pattern of making bad investments. Whatever money decisions you make, they're just bad. They just happen to be bad. But it's not because you are genuinely bad with money. It's because of that old wound. Yeah, it's because of that old wound that developed from when you were so little and so innocent, and you didn't know how to hold nuance, and whatever your parents said about your uh, judgment, your ability to judge, your ability to be pragmatic, it really stung. It really left an imprint on you. That's how the trust issue started. That's me. Yeah. So that makes sense. So you guys are resonating with this. Okay. So before I even get to money back, I'm worried about how I'm going to lose it. Okay. So uh Iden girl aesthetic, you're showing the block that money always disappears. Okay, so this is the belief that money always disappears, therefore you have no desire to keep money in your account. You always want to get rid of it. You're always grieving money's disappearance before it even hits your account. You're just like, I'm just wondering how this money is going to leave me. Oh no, it's just going to leave me. It's going to abandon me. This is how the fear that money disappears works. People who have this, they have no savings. They have no saving, even though they do want to have some savings. They would like to, obviously, because it's responsible, but they try and it never happens for them because this fear that money will always leave me is so strong. That fear is so strong. So as soon as money hits your account, you're not feeling good about it. You're not thinking, oh, how do I multiply this? How do I invest this? How do I do all these good things with money that could really expand my life? You're immediately thinking, shit, I need to get rid of this ASAP. I need to clear the slate because it's going to find a way to leave me. And you'll notice when you have this, you subconsciously manifest a lot of bills. So, as soon as money comes into your account, you notice that there are situations that arise where you need to spend money. Maybe your TV's broken down, your roof needs working, your car's broken down, you've got parking tickets, you're being summoned to court. Oh my God, it's just happening. Does that land? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so when you want to heal them, you get an inheritance and fear. The fear is crazy. Oh, bless you. Yeah, the fear is real. I mean, it's real. It feels real for you, but it's not, it's not the truth, right? It's not the truth because money doesn't disappear. Money doesn't disappear. If money always disappeared, then no one would ever have money. No one would have investments. No one would have generational wealth, right? So this is a subjective opinion. This is a subjective opinion that you made about money from a painful experience. So when you want to heal this, you're going to have to go to the root issue, which is abandonment issue. You're going to have to rewire your subconscious. You're going to have to rewire your nervous system so that you stop projecting this fear, this abandonment issue onto money. So I learned all of this. Do you read books or what? I personally had a lot of financial trauma, so I had to go on a quest to find out what the fuck's going on. So that's how I know all this. Okay, so guys, when you want to know what your subconscious money block is, I have a free money wound quiz. I've linked it at the top of my page. It's free. It's a free resource. When you take the quiz, you're going to find out what your subconscious money block is, how it's holding you back, and how to heal it. Okay, I've added resources for you guys to heal this from the root. What are the steps to healing that wound? The steps to healing the wound that money disappears is you're going to have to first notice and understand that this is coming from abandonment issues. This isn't actually about money. It's not about money at all. It's about your fear of being abandoned. So you're going to have to go to the root, and then you're going to have to do the neuroplasticity, rewire the subconscious, rewire your nervous system. And once you get to the root of it, you will feel the inner shift. You will feel like you become so aware of this pattern that it no longer has a hold on you. It just loosens its grip on you. That's why the deeper healing tools are essential for healing this. This is why I've added healing tools for you guys. Rewiring the subconscious and rewiring your nervous system, those two have to work together. Those two have to be rewired together, because right now, the two parts of you that are holding you back is your subconscious and your nervous system. right? Those two are against your conscious desire. Your conscious desire is I want to make much money. I want to improve my finances. But your subconscious is saying money disappears. Money is not safe. Your nervous system is also bracing for the loss of money. It's expecting loss. It's expecting scarcity. So you're going to have to rewire it so that your body and your mind no longer reacts like this. Impulsive spending is part of it, so maybe twice. Maybe think twice. Thinking twice is. I wish it were that simple, but remember, these blocks have been with you for like decades, right? They formed when you were so tiny, when you were a little child, and you've been carrying them for so long. And so today, when you're doing fluffy affirmations like "I'm a billionaire," "I'm a trillionaire," the old wound is literally sitting there saying, money disappears. Hello, money disappears. That's what we believe because that's what we've experienced all our life. So the affirmation that you're saying, which is a one size fits all affirmation, is a fluffy one, and it doesn't honor where you are. It's not really landing. Remember, your subconscious holds the belief that money disappears. It's been holding this for so long. And today, instead of healing that, you're just piling on, I'm a billionaire, money is easy, money flows, money is abundant. And your subconscious is literally receiving something that is pushing against. It wants to push against it because it doesn't believe it. Its belief is money disappears. And you're saying, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire. It doesn't land. It's literally like you're giving your subconscious something to push against. So inadvertently, you're reinforcing the old belief. The old belief is getting stronger. Is money a connection to the body? For most people who have had bad experiences around money, yeah, money is very emotional. Money is emotional before it's financial, because people who have pain around money, they don't experience money as neutral, right? What is money? Money is a neutral tool, right? But the people who have experienced trauma around money, they don't experience money as neutral. They don't experience it as neutral. Their body goes into fight flight when they're dealing with money. Their body is like experiencing shame, guilt, fear, anxiety, scarcity, avoidance around money. So that's how money is connected to the body. Whatever money memories, assumptions, and stories you have in your subconscious, they are impacting the nervous system. Whatever starts as psychological becomes physiological. Our issues are in our tissues. And when you do money mindset work, right? When you do money mindset, it's an neck-up approach. It's a blanket statement, money mindset. I thought, if it's all about money mindset, then why does my body get so tense and dysregulated around money? That's when I started really questioning, why does my body get dysregulated around money when it's meant to be just a mindset? Think the money mindset. What the fuck? What do you mean? Money mindset doesn't address the nervous system. It neglects the nervous system. So when you're skipping the nervous system and you're doing a neck up approach, you'll notice that you're not really where you want to be with your shmoneys. You keep looping the same patterns because there is a whole last nervous system that needs to be addressed, that needs to be taken into consideration, that needs to be rewired, that needs to be understood. You need to understand what your body is saying about money. Right now, your body is saying money is unsafe because 30 years ago, money hurt us. We don't feel safe around shmoney. Hello, we don't feel safe around shmoney. We need some integration work here. And you're saying, no, I just need to hustle harder. I need to grind harder. I'm in debt. So, honey, the belief that I'm bad with money, that one does make you rack up a lot of debt, by the way. Yeah, the people who believe that I'm bad with money, they tend to rack up a lot of debt. They tend to have this sort of habit of always relying on borrowed money. So even when they pay off their debt, and they're going to pay it off right at the edge, by the way, they're never proactive about it. They always have debt. So their self-concept also becomes someone like, I'm someone who has a lot of debt. You know, I have a lot of debt. I'm someone who always has debt. So now, even when you clear up the debt, you'll notice your body and your nervous system is expecting the scarcity, is waiting, is bracing for the scarcity. So debt is one of the things that these people have a habit of piling up. Did I say enough about this wound? I'm bad with shmoney. This is rooted in self-trust, by the way. You'll probably notice that you're good with dealing with bills. Like, you've always had a roof over your head. You can deal with bills and stuff, but other areas where you're dealing with shmoney, you're just completely erratic. You're not regulated. Your nervous system goes completely. The overdraft is a bad thing. Of course. Yeah. Were your parents like this too, by the way? Were your parents or one of your parents like this? Okay, let me see. I'll spend my money only on important. Why am I so stingy? It feels like when I never used to use my stickers when I was younger. Like I feel like I need to spend my money only on important stuff. Laura, okay, you must be a penny pincher. Okay, so since you're showing penny pinching symptoms, let's go into the penny pinching habit. Okay. You get rid of the So the people who penny pinch, they tend to be very stingy. They really glorify frugality. And this is the wounded belief that I'm not safe until I have a lot of money. And you'll notice how you're always penny pinching, you're super stingy, you only want to spend money when things are heavily discounted, so you're constantly seeking deals. It only feels palatable to spend money when things are discounted. Otherwise, they don't want to spend money. They feel guilty when they spend money, and they say stuff like, oh yeah, I'm just really good at saving. I like to save for the future. And what happens when you have this belief is your body has outsourced safety to money, right? So your nervous system is basically saying we are only safe when we hoard, when we hoard money. And this is your body outsourcing safety, right? Outsourcing. You're using money as a surrogate measure for safety. You'll notice that you always have a very fast moving money goalpost. So the penny pinchers, they're like, oh, I'll feel safe when I have 50K. When you get to 50K, you don't even celebrate the goal. You're just like, the goalpost has moved already. And so you're back to square one, like, I'm not safe until I have a lot of money. And so you're back to penny pinching. And you notice that the only money that you experience are the pennies you're pinching. No windfall, no surprise money, no nothing. You're just hoarding money. This was my main wound, by the way. And what this does to you, it blocks all expansion because you're so focused on certainties, like you need to control every penny, you need to know where money's moving, where money's going, when money's coming, and you're blocking the flow of money. And so you don't invest, you don't take up opportunities, you don't do things that could really expand your life, you don't take risks in life. And this is how the penny pinching habit will keep your life looking very stagnant. Like you probably pile a lot of money in your bank account, but your life is looking the same. It's been looking the same for many years because you don't use money to expand your life. You're just using money, penny pinching, keep on clipping, because you think that money is going to make you feel safer. You're asking money to buy something that it's not designed to buy. Safety, right? I'm not safe until I have a lot of money. This is your resistance. Yeah, she literally hid her childhood toys in a suitcase and never played. And when she grew up, she is stingy as fuck. Yeah, so the hoarding issue, some people, you'll notice that the hoarders, they don't always hoard money. They also hoard their clothes. They also hoard furniture. They hoard food. They hoard stuff because this is a nervous system that doesn't feel safe. This is a nervous system that's saying we only feel safe when we have hoarded stuff. It's seeking safety in hoarding. Why are we speaking about my trauma? So you can heal and ascend, my love. I lost 5 stones, so I kept having to buy new clothes. My parents neither work. I am a teacher. Lost 5 stones, so I have to buy new clothes. I mean, that's a good reason for you to buy new clothes, but Sohan, you also have bad habits around money, right? It's like your brain will look for excuses to spend money and then you'll justify it. But the truth is that you do have the trust issue. Why do you say shmoney? Shmoney? Because this, it's like personal branding, right? It's my thing. She was okay. I don't know if Laura's still here, but I hope I gave made. Okay, I need to make more money. So, often when people have these blocks, money blocks, subconscious money blocks, they don't look at their money blocks. They just focus on how do I make more money? How do I make more money? But you're not really meant to go from the outside in. You're meant to go from the inside out, because when you clear up your internal blockages, your internal resistance, you will find that you don't have to chase the shmoney. The shmoney wants to come to you because you're literally collapsing resistance. Right now, you have a lot of resistance. When you collapse the resistance, you will find that all the money that you're manifesting will come to you. Money will chase you. You won't have to chase the money. That's how it works. That's law. That's law. It's like when you change your inner hologram and you upgrade your self model, life will bend over backwards to serve you. Right now, life can't serve you because you're blocked up. And yet life is still blessing you despite all of your resistance. It's trying to push and shove all the money through your cracks and crevasses. You know, have you ever thought about that? Like, despite all the blockages and limiting beliefs that you have around shmoney, life is still trying to bless you. I just change that mindset. What if it seems I can't sell my items on Facebook Marketplace? What if it seems I can't sell my items? Uh, Sometimes you need to change your dimension of thinking. If you're constantly asking, how do I sell it? Why isn't it selling? Why aren't people buying? Obviously, there's the practical side, right? You need to maybe improve your funnels. Maybe you need to be more visible. And then there's the psychological side. Like, do you have some resistance around money? Let me go over the 6 core money blocks that people are carrying subconsciously, by the way. I'm not worthy of wealth. Making money is hard. I'm bad with money. Money disappears. Being rich is bad or wrong. I'm not safe until I have a lot of money. Those are your 6 core subconscious money blocks. They are very psychologically precise. You may have one, that's your dominant. You may have all 6. You may have 5 to 4. Most people have around 5 or 4. If you're lucky, you have one, okay? I had 3. So the most powerful one is I'm not worthy of wealth. This is shame-based. This is a shame-based belief. I'm not worthy of wealth. You'll notice how this shows up around entrepreneurship. You price your items really low, and when someone pays you, you feel imposter syndrome and you over-deliver, you people please to prove that you're worthy of the money, because naturally you don't feel worthy of the money. So when someone pays you, you don't actually feel good about it. You feel like, oh my God, if they knew how messed up I am, they wouldn't fucking pay me. And there's this massive imposter syndrome. And then you won't price your items right. Everything's priced really low because subconsciously your worth is on the line and you don't want to risk rejection. You want every client to be an easy yes. But in doing so, you're repelling all the sophisticated clients, because when they see your item, they just think, too good to be true, goodbye. And they just move on to more established creators or established competitors. And then you're left with all the cheap clients that you attract through your energy and your positioning, and they are the perfect match for you because you're already someone who over delivers, and they are already people who want to pay low prices but expect over delivery. So you notice by pricing all your items low, you attract a certain type of clientele. Yeah, Jeff, I have some shame. I feel it elsewhere, but I find pricing is difficult. Yeah, so the shame wound comes up around pricing a lot. Even negotiating your salary. People who have the belief that I'm not worthy of wealth, they don't negotiate their salary. They just justify their income. They feel like, no, I'm getting paid what I'm worth. Yeah, but they never like stand up for themselves. Like, actually, you know what? I deserve to be paid more. I should raise my prices. I should negotiate my salary. I should go for the promotion. I should take up the training. They don't. They're meek. They feel shame around their ambitions and goals, and it's just really difficult for you to really improve your finances when the shame wound is in the driver's seat and it's disqualifying you, is constantly reminding you like, who am I to take up space? Who am I to want overflow, riches and abundance? I'm not anything special. You know, I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not skilled enough. So that will make you price your items low. That will stop you from making bold moves, from taking up high ticket clients. You just won't do it. You will have these behaviors that repel money. It's like money wants to come into your life, but you're just like, I feel so much shame around my ambitions and goals. I can't do it. I think of a lot yesterday. Good. You've been thinking about the money blocks. Good. So yeah, so the shame wound, if you're an entrepreneur, you'll feel it. I started feeling it when I started this brand. I didn't even know it exists until I started my brand. And when people were paying me or asking to pay me, I was just like, I don't know how to feel about it. So that's me. That was my shame wound showing up. But I've healed that part of me. I've integrated those parts of me. You have to integrate those wounded parts of you, because until you do, you're going to feel like you're driving with the emergency brakes on. It's like you're trying to move forward, but the block is holding you back. And remember how the block, it's not just in your subconscious, it's making you feel dysregulated, right? When you hold the belief that I'm not worthy of wealth, that belief is sending signals to your nervous system, and now your nervous system is feeling the imposter syndrome, anxiety, the discomfort when someone pays you, the discomfort around pricing, right? Raise your price, you can't raise your prices. So where do I start? I need to unpack this stuff so I can jump into my creative ideas. So first, you need to bring your subconscious money blocks into your conscious, right? You need to become aware of what's holding you back. I've created a free money wound quiz for this. It's a free resource, okay? It's linked at the top of my page. When you want to know, okay, where do I start? What do I heal? What do I need to work on? The first step is bring your subconscious into your conscious. Get to know, what am I dealing with here? What do I need to work on, right? Because you can't heal something that you cannot see. So the first step is bring awareness to this wound. Become aware so you can see, okay, so this is what's holding me back. Now I can decide whether I want to live with this or heal it, okay? I always guide people to the quiz first. When you take the quiz, you will get a very precise diagnosis of your subconscious money block, what your main one is, where you need to start, and how to heal. Think I'm not worthy because of my big body, overweight. Oh, bless you. Okay. So you see how we create conditions for self-love, but then we want unconditional love from our loved ones. It's like we say, oh yeah, I'll love myself when I lose the weight. I'll love myself when I have clear skin. I'll love myself when I meet the guy, meet the wife, It's like we are creating conditions to love ourselves, and then we expect unconditional love. It doesn't work like that. You have to learn to love yourself unconditionally. Only then your reality will reflect your self-love and your self-respect, right? If you are someone who's trying to lose weight and you feel like, I can't love myself until I lose my weight, I would say don't even focus on losing the weight first. Focus on learning to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you won't even have to lose weight, because you will eat right. You will eat right when you love yourself. When you love yourself, you treat yourself with love and care and gentleness, right? You don't overeat, you don't stay up late at night, you don't binge watch Netflix, you don't doom scroll, because you love yourself, right? So when you're trying to lose weight, improve your finances, if everything is feeling very hairy and heavy, do one thing first: self-concept. Thank you for the help. I will dive into your previous this weekend. Great. So how does Jungian philosophy feature in your thought process? So, Carl Jung's quote, until you make your subconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. I always reference him in my work because that phrase is so important and it applies to my work. Until you make your money blocks conscious, they will direct your life and you will call it fate, right? And this quote of his, it's so powerful, it's so accurate, because most people, they look at their life and they think, oh, this is my fate, this is my fate, this is like, this is who I am, my parents were like this, but it's not who you are, right? It's your subconscious programming. Most people don't interrogate their subconscious programming. They just like live in a program that isn't theirs. It's their conditioning, it's their parents' bullshit, it's societal bullshit, it's cultural bullshit, it's religious bullshit. It's so much crap that is not your authentic self, right? So when you want to heal, you have to become very, very aware of all your triggers, all your wounds, all your money blocks, all your love blocks, whatever beliefs you have about ambition, success, taking up space, visibility, rich people, all of that stuff, because most of it is subjective bullshit, subjective opinions, and you need to objectify your subjective mind. Do not love myself yet. I do watch Netflix, sleep late. Yeah, so that's not self-love, is it? Actually, the way to lose weight, it takes the right choice and consistency. What I've learned is that with every condition we have in our life, there is a need for it. So, if you're overeating, most people, they focus on the symptoms, like, oh, I need to lose weight. But when you're trying to lose weight, you're focusing on the symptom. There's a root cause. When you get to the root cause, you won't need to lose the weight, because you will understand the mental, the psychological reason for why you started overeating. For every condition we have in our life, there is a need for it. There is a need to gamble. There is a need to blow money. There is a need to overeat. There is a need to smoke. There's a need to watch pornography. There's a need for all these addictions that we have. They are maladaptive. They are coping mechanisms. So when you focus on the symptom, you're only doing outer work, but and then it's going to come back, right? It's like you're chopping the weed, but you're not getting to the root. If you just chop the weed, it will grow again. You need to get to the root. It's the same with money. When people want to make, when people want to improve their finances, they're like, oh yeah, I just need to make more money. No, you need to, why? You're focusing on the symptom. The lack is the symptom of your metaphysical. Stop fighting with the physical. You created the physical with your metaphysical. You need to fight with that. When you fight with that, then you won't need to fight the physical.